Let's see if they have the Dragon Pulse Shadow Ball coming through. That is not doing anything to Meloetta. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, and if you're a returning subscriber like Bridge, sheesh, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are shoutcasting some battles in the Master League Classic. These battles were submitted to the channel by DrumVillain, who does have his own YouTube channel, so I will put a link to that in the description below. And the team being featured today includes a very special Pokemon. You see it on the screen right here, a 100% IV Meloetta. That is absolute insane luck to pull one of these, because you pretty much only get one, at least up until this point in the game, and to pull out a hundo, definitely got to use that thing in the Master League. Has a very interesting spot in this meta because it is a psychic type, but it also is part normal type. It's one of the few Pokemon that is actually going to be able to tank pretty much most of the moves from Mewtwo, and then it also has very dominant matchups against Pokemon like Giratina, for example. Joining Meloetta on this team is going to be an Excadrill in the lead and a Dialga in the back, so you got a double steel line, sort of ABA style, so there are going to be some shared weaknesses. We'll see how the team performs in these battles. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please make sure you smash that like button to help the channel grow. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. And without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. Alright, so let's jump into these battles right here. We have a total of 6 in this video. We have one full set of 5 and then a bonus battle, which is the first one being featured in this video. Excadrill into a Dialga, a beautiful lead. The opponent swaps out into Mewtwo, so Excadrill actually going to stay in here, throw the Drill Run, and then look to swap out into the Meloetta, hoping to catch a potential Psystrike right here. Opponent doesn't throw, building up to pretty much Focus Blast, I believe, right here, with Meloetta going to no shield this Ice Beam coming through. You could see Meloetta tanks that very well, and that is one of the neutral hitting moves right there. Not enough to take out the Meloetta, even if they landed two. Psystrike doing even less and able to farm down with the confusion because of that chip damage from the Drill Run. So the Dialga comes back in here, going to throw the Dazzling Gleam, and the opponent going to let that go through. Of course, they do have to worry about the Excadrill, so it makes sense to no shield right there. Meloetta actually has a pretty good moveset to choose from in regards to its charge moves: Dazzling Gleam, Hyper Beam, Thunderbolt, and Side Shock. Opponent swaps out into Giratina Origin right here, Dialga in the back. Pretty much hard counter city right here, a triple hard counter line, actually looking at it now. Going for the Iron Head on the Giratina Origin. I think at this point the opponent's only win con is pretty much getting the boost with the Omnis Wind. They come back in with the Dialga, going to farm down, and with 2 shields, the opponent doesn't want the smoke. Excadrill scaring it off right there, taking that first game here. And let's hop into the next battle. So going to continue leading Excadrill right here. This is the first battle in a set of 5 and another very solid lead right here for the Excadrill in the form of a Zekrom. So opponent staying in here, going to definitely have to shield up this Drill Run, I'd imagine, at this point, which they do, and they're going to keep on building here. Now, the Dragon Breath is adding up, although it is resisted. Going to shield up this move. It is a crunch, hopefully no defense drop, but there is a defense drop. So going for the Drill Run right here. Is that defense drop going to flip this game? We are about to find out. Dragon Breath doing significant damage at this point. Swaps out into Landorus and able to throw the Rock Slide instead of the Drill Run. Very well played right there. That is very impressive. Meloetta coming in and going to try and farm down here, I believe, with confusion, taking this Stone Edge right there, doing pretty heavy damage and committing to the farm down. The Landorus here not going to shield this up. Stone Edge may KO, but goes for the superpower. Not enough to take out the Meloetta, and a simultaneous KO despite that huge energy lead on the Meloetta. That really hurts, but does take a shield advantage at least out of that. Zekrom coming back in here. Dialga going to shield up the move. It is a crunch, and the defense does not drop. It is a Lugia in the back. Shields are down. Now Draco Meteor is not going to KO from this range, but it's going to put the Lugia extremely low. Draco Meteor coming through. Lugia going to swap out into the Excadrill to catch the Aeroblast. What a play right there. And this means that the Dialga will be able to come back in, farm down the Lugia, and should be able to outpace to the Iron Head, which should be in the range to knock out this Zekrom. Very well played there, catching the Aeroblast and the Excadrill. Definitely the win con in this match, because that Zekrom is probably very close to a move and would have been able to likely take out the Excadrill maybe with a crunch. So very well played right there. hopping into the next battle, we're going to be looking at an Excadrill lead into a Zacian. So this isn't the greatest lead for Excadrill, of course. Close combat going to be dealing super effective damage. Let's see how this plays out. So Excadrill here, likely going to shield the first move, I imagine. Yes, it does. Close combat comes through, and the opponent makes a great swap into Giratina to catch this drill run after the debuff to the Zacian. So very well played. Swaps out into the Dialga right here. And of course, Meloetta have a pretty good matchup at this point as well, but Dialga should be able to pretty much farm down here. You're going to lure the Zacian back out, and then you do have a Iron Head ready to go, so you'll at least get one shield, I'd imagine, from the Zacian. But the opponent actually comes out with Dialga instead, so just going straight for the Draco Meteor here, hoping the opponent does not shield this, but they do, and they're going to farm down. So the Excadrill comes back in, Zacian here, close combat, going to get the second shield from the Excadrill, and imagine at the point, yeah, it does, and going to build up to 2 drill runs. No, swaps out instead into Meloetta without throwing any energy. Pretty interesting play right there, and kind of puts you in a tough spot because the Zacian going to throw the play rough right here. Meloetta is going to take out the Zacian right here, but I don't think it could apply enough pressure to the Dialga. And basically, if this Dialga is able to farm down and get to a move, it will win CMP tie against the Excadrill, as we see some classic esport ready lag right there from the game, and the Meloetta goes down. Not getting that shield, a bit unfortunate, but getting farmed down there, pretty much going to win this game. Draco Meteor, bang! There it is. Excadrill catching the self-bang right there. That Draco Meteor on the Excadrill is one of the craziest animations in the game. If you just look at how it looks, it's like absolute overkill. It's like the perfect size for the Excadrill too, but very tough loss right there. Excadrill into Ho-Oh. Pretty bad lead, to be honest, despite having Rock Slide, because these Incinerates are absolutely chunking away on the Excadrill. Going for the Rock Slide right here, does get the shield from the Ho-Oh. Very nice. And the opponent swaps out into Giratina Origin, did bank a move right there. And here comes the Meloetta, looking to absolutely wall this ghost type. Let's see if they have the Dragon Pulse Shadow Ball coming through. That is not doing anything to Meloetta. Can't really farm down here, so going to be forced to throw a Dazzling, which will be dealing super effective damage, taking out the Giratina Origin. You love to see it. The opponent, let's see what they choose to come in with there. They don't choose to come. They don't want the smoke. Backing out of that damn match right there. Who knows what they had in the back, but they clearly either did not appreciate that Meloetta taking out the Giratina, or they just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Excadrill into Togekiss. Pretty surprising they left, actually, considering that Ho-Oh maybe could have like farmed down the Meloetta. I don't know. I don't think that game was over. Pretty interesting decision to leave the game there, but it is what it is. We're in the next battle right here. Excadrill into the Snorlax and swaps out into the Meloetta, and another pretty solid matchup right here against the Lick user, right? So let's see what the Snorlax does here, going for the Body Slam, literally tickling the Meloetta. This thing, it looks super fragile. It looks like it can't take any hits. It's so small, but it's apparently extremely tanky. So that is good news for Meloetta. Taking those body slams from the big fat Snorlax, coming in with the Togekiss, should be able to get to a Side Shock right here. Not going to reach the Dazzling. Side Shock coming through, and the Togekiss doesn't show. It does pretty significant damage, to be honest. The Excadrill going to come back in here, swap out into Giratina, and you already know how this game goes. Opponent pretty much needs to get an Omnis Wind boost to have any chance of winning this game. Goes for the Omnis Wind, does get the shield. No boost. That is very good news. I've been getting hit by the boost non-stop in my battles recently, so kind of having some PTSD right there. Iron Head coming through, does get the shield from the Giratina. They're going to go for potentially the Shadow Ball right here, and it is the Shadow Ball, not enough to KO. Giratina trying to commit to the farm, not able to do it, so overpowered. The Togekiss comes back in. Excadrill basically at this point just needs to get to 2 Rock Slides, which it should be able to do. Togekiss, no way it's going to get to 2 Flamethrowers here, so Ancient Power comes through. And the opponent also doesn't want the smoke in this battle, so everybody leaving these battles prematurely right there. That game was basically over, so definitely a reason to leave in that match. Hopping into the next battle, and we got Excadrill into a Zacian. So this is going to be another matchup we saw earlier in this video. Pretty rough for Excadrill. Let's see how they play this out. Going for the drill run first this time, so the opponent's not throwing the close combat yet, deciding to take this damage, likely no shield, which they do. And now a second Drillball coming through, going to be forced to shield here. And let's see if they swap out to catch a... I mean, can't really catch on to any of these Pokemon, I guess. So going to take the damage right here. Zacian is a bit of an issue for this team, actually, if you think about it. Close Combat comes through, lets it go through, coming in with the Meloetta. Opponent swaps out into a Snorlax, and that is not an answer for a Meloetta. So looks like nobody is preparing for this Pokemon in the Master League Classic. Body Slam coming through, going for the Dazzling Gleam. Let's see how much damage this does to the Snorlax right here. Of course, not super bangy. Super tanky. I'm already thinking about the bangs. Snorlax is gonna go for the Body Slam, I'd imagine, right here. Yeah, it is a Body Slam. Able to tank that and going to commit to the farm down right here. Has a shield advantage as well. That Zacian should have some energy coming back in here. Going to throw the Psyshock right here. Gonna get the shield from the Zacian. And let's see if they're going to go for the Close Combat, play rough. They're going for the Wild Charge, shielding that up and swapping out into the Dialga. This is so risky if it's Close Combat. It's a Wild Charge. What an insane play right there. But that is going to put them in a dominant spot right here. Giratina Origin in the back. They need to fish for the boost here. Going for the Shadow Ball instead. Does get the shield. And now the Dialga here going to overfarm just a little bit. Going for the Iron Head. The Zacian should be very low, so I think it's going to get farmed down Dragon Breath before it gets to a move right here. This game is over. Dialga catching that Wild Charge was insane. Taking that game, very well played. Some great battles, showcasing Meloetta right there. So those were the battles in the Master League Classic featuring Meloetta 100% IV. Big shout out to DrumVillain once again. Link to his channel in the description below. Meloetta seems to be a pretty strong pick. As you saw in this video, there are many times where the opponents do not come prepared for it, and that leads to a lot of issues for them in the back. Of course, with a Pokemon like Meloetta, you're only getting one, so it is a pretty steep investment if you don't have the best of IVs. But at the same time, if you're only getting one, there's only so much you can do. You have to invest in it if you want to use it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.